All right, finally, something I've really been wanting to talk about. Wow. Good morning, you guys. Hi, good morning. Good morning, New York. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my fall in the city vlog. I feel so lucky that I have so many friends that live in New York City because it makes for an amazing trip that I try to do pretty much every fall. So I think this is my third or fourth year in a row coming to New York this time of year, and I'm just so excited to be here. And what better way to start off our first day than with a lovely walk and a bagel. So that's what we're gonna go do. I hope you guys enjoy this vlog. I just wanted to pop on and say hi. Cheers to New York. Let's have a great fall week, and I'm excited to see what all we get into. Everyone here ready? Good afternoon, New York. Checking in because I didn't really get to say much this morning. It has been such a lovely day so far. It is already 1:45. It's actually been a really long day though, so that's a great feeling when you feel like you've already packed so much into a day. I had a lovely morning with Ashley. We got such tasty bagels. Then popped back to her apartment. I grabbed my iPad, came up to Midtown. I stopped by one of my friend's houses who works from home right over here, and I popped in and we just had a great 45-minute catch up debrief in her living room. And then I came across the street and now I'm at a cafe and I just had to do some edits for a brand. It took about an hour or so. I wrapped that up and we're gonna head back out soon. And I'm really excited. We're gonna go to Central Park for just a really quick little stroll since I'm over here. Man, it feels great to be here. Last time I was in New York City, I was in a very different phase of my life. It was February of this year. You guys know, I wasn't really posting much back then because I was in a very transitional phase where I was, moving back to the States, and there was so much, I guess, kind of unknown yet known. I definitely knew my plan, but there was a lot of unknown, and it's really interesting now to look back on all of the changes, but more so growth I feel like I've made since February. I'm really proud of myself. It's been a crazy year. I've been doing so much reflecting lately. 2025 is going to be a year that I never forget. I think I need to make a whole 2025 scrapbook or something and just keep that somewhere visible so I can be reminded constantly of how much can change in a year. Yeah, that was just a random little side thought, but overall, I'm just feeling so happy to be here. I love the vibe in New York. I can't really see myself ever living in New York City, if I'm being honest, but I feel so lucky that I have so many friends that have ended up here. I will say that's one of the really nice things about being at this age. A lot of my friends are kind of living all over the country, and it's so much fun to go travel and see them. Y'all are gonna have to comment below and let me know where, do you have friends in the country? Are they all where you live, or do you go travel and see them? Anyways, I'm getting chatty here. Let's finish up our coffee. This is a double espresso on ice. I'm honestly feeling a little bit peckish right now. I had my bagel, but that was, I guess, at 10 and it's already 2. Let's go over to Central Park and see if we can find anything to nibble on, and we will see what we get up to in a little bit. Real quick, I wanted to pause and thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Jisoo Life. You guys, their portable fan has been so helpful lately, especially on my New York trip, because this time of year I feel like the temperature is just all over the place. But when I lived abroad in Korea, you know, handheld fans were really popular there. It's kind of a part of their culture, and that is very much something I brought back with me. I love a good handheld fan. They make life so much more comfortable. It's just super lightweight, quiet. It has speeds up to 40,000 RPM. And most importantly, it cools you down super fast. Like whether you're traveling, commuting, or you're just trying to stay comfortable, the speed in which this works is amazing. I genuinely love having it in my bag. It's super easy to charge. It really makes traveling and just being in warm situations a lot more comfortable. So you can get yours right now on Amazon. Just use the link in the description. And thank you again to Jisoo Life for sponsoring this video. Found my sweet treat. I came to this spot called Angelina. Oh my gosh, look at all these macaroons, and it's perfect because I just wanted something small, so I got a lemon one. But oh my gosh, look at the eclair. It is called an Insta 360 Go. A lot of people use it for sports. Yeah, like snowboarding. Morning! Good morning! So I never even officially introduced you. It's Ashley, my bestie from Korea, who is so kindly hosting me this week. We're locking the heck in. Pretty much we went to a workout class, bar 3. Loved it. After coffee, what's this place called? Maman, yeah. Went to Maman, grabbed a coffee. We're running to Whole Foods, gonna pick up a little grub for brekkie because we got a big day, baby. We're going to hang out in Brooklyn. We're gonna go to Williamsburg. Well, okay, see you guys soon. I didn't tell you guys, Ashley wants to make our green smoothie. I'm so excited. We're getting someone else on the kick.
I was so inspired. I have to.
I hope it's as good as I'm hyping it up to be.
Oh my gosh, it's going to.
It really just tastes like peanut butter, but it has like, you know, so much goodness for you. Okay, so we need frozen spinach, bananas. Avocado is good to have in it, so if they sell a single avocado.
Okay.
Nice healthy fat for your morning.
Opening, closing, all in one day. Blue sky, then violent rain. Feeling the dirt shift, just instant change. The dog has been shaken outside of a crate. Opening, closing.
Hi everyone, and Adrienne's vlog. Welcome to New York.
Curses or praise, news and instruction. It's for the pain. Bad conditions breaking everything.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to
Wow, happy fall.
Capital letters with no wind inside. Close the door, just feels right in this strange weather.
Because that's how I turn mine on.
Yeah, and like slide it.
I'm making Adrienne, well, I guess not making, but convinced her to go bike riding to my soccer game.
Yeah,
by the
first
West
time.
Side Highway.
Yeah, first time biking at NYC.
Oh my gosh, we're going to take an e-bike, so it'll be much easier for her, and she's biking with me.
So wait, it's electric.
Yes. So like you don't have to like push really hard. Like the other
Okay.
ones, you'd have to like stand up kind of sometimes
Okay.
because they're like really difficult to ride.
Cool.
But these ones are much easier. Like you barely push the pedal and it'll push you forward.
Okay.
So much easier to ride.
Okay, see you then. Hi, from Bryant Park. Let's catch up. Let's do a life catch up and answer some questions I've been wanting to talk to you guys about. I actually stopped and grabbed a bagel. I also stopped and got a latte earlier this morning, and I just spent like an hour or so strolling around, walking with the morning commuters drinking my latte. It was very, very lovely. I definitely do miss like that aspect of walking through like a big city in the morning. Wow, that was an absolutely delicious start to my day. Let's get started with some questions. First of all, I've been asked a lot lately, how are you since moving back to the States this year? And that's such a sweet question to ask. Long story short, I'm great. I'm feeling so happy and fulfilled. I don't regret my decision at all of, packing up life abroad and coming back to the States. I've been so occupied with, getting my apartment set up, and I've been doing a lot of work outside of YouTube and my own social media, and that's been really fulfilling to me. And, it's been so nice being near friends and family after so long of not having them around. So I'm doing very well. I'm excited for this new season of fall approaching because, I actually did come back for fall a lot when I lived abroad. But the fact that I can now just enjoy it all here, I'm in New York City doing my annual trip here. I'm going to be in Chicago later this fall. I've not been around for Thanksgiving in 6 years. So I'm very, very excited. So all in all, I'm doing great. And I just really appreciate all the support you all have given me this year, because I feel like a big reason I'm doing so well is because I've had so much support around me. I really, really appreciate it. This is another one I really like. Do you feel more at home in America now, or do you still feel out of place? And like Korea is, you're still used to living in Korea? And the answer is I feel super used to being in the States now. There's definitely still things that I get tripped up about. For example, whenever I order coffee and I'm given milk choices, like the other day, I didn't know what skim milk was because I hadn't, I forgot that exists, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes I feel a little bit dumb talking to baristas. One thing for sure, though, is that daily life is just so easy for me here. I don't have to worry about communication issues. I think a big thing a lot of people who live in Asia deal with is feeling and looking like they're out of place and just sticking out everywhere they go. And I definitely do think I enjoy blending in here. I think I was talking to someone the other day about social anxiety, and I'm not gonna lie, I think I developed a little bit of it living in Korea for so long, because I think after 4 years, I just started wearing a hat everywhere I went because I didn't want to, I didn't want to stick out. And when you wear a hat, you kind of just blend in. Definitely feel very at home in America, and I wake up happy every day to be here. All right, next, what have you enjoyed the most? I love this question because I love gratitude. Starting from when I wake up, I love the area I live in. Being able to walk my dog in a fairly quiet area is really nice. Life just feels a lot quieter, but in a good way. My head feels quieter. I feel less anxious. I feel 10 times healthier living in the States now, actually, which is interesting because, America has the highest obesity rate. But I think because my mental health is so much better being back in the States, I'm able to take care of myself physically. I've been more creative being back in the States, which I'm sure you guys have noticed. I've been doing short form content a lot more, and I tried so hard to get into it when I was in Korea, and I just couldn't. This is a little bit random, but something I completely have been blown away by is how cool it is. When you live abroad, you make so many friends that live all over the place, and then being able to reconnect with them in your home country is something super special. I had my friend Beth from Korea. She's a British girl who I met while living in Korea. She came to visit me. I'm visiting my friend Ashley in New York, who I met in Korea. Yesterday I saw my friend Chen, who I met in Korea. It's just all of the people, so many of my girlfriends that I now have in my 20s all over the world are because of my experience living abroad. And that is something super special that I think I'm just extra blown away from. I didn't really expect for it to feel as special as it does. And, those friends definitely took time to make. Took a lot of time to build those friendships, but so worth it and such a really amazing thing. How has living in Korea changed your daily life? I feel like a lot of things that I would have sweat before, I just don't anymore. You kind of are forced to grow, I guess, a very thick skin a lot of times. You live abroad for that long, especially through a pandemic, especially through a 4-year relationship and breakup. It's really crazy that I'm able to look back on my channel and watch myself go from a young girl fresh out of college, not having any idea what she was doing, you know, falling into an amazing career. Tell people when they asked me what I did over there, it was literally a dream job, and I'm super, super grateful for that. So like that was beautiful falling into that. It's really changed my life in the way that I guess I have a more thick skin. Smaller ways, I guess, in my life is I really cherish my friends and family. Like when I'm with them, I feel like I tell them a lot. I'm like, I'm just so happy to be with you. And they're always caught off guard when I say that, but it's the truth, just because for so long I wanted to and I couldn't do it as freely as I'm able to do now. I don't know. I'm still me. I'm still the same girl I was long ago before, you know, I left and came back, but definitely does, you know, change you. Let's take another sip of this latte. This latte was so, so good. And you know, what's interesting is I don't get lattes that much. I'm more of a Americano girl, but this morning I was like, I want a latte. And the taste of a cold latte, like once heat goes away, will forever remind me of living in Busan and getting a latte on a cold winter morning and sitting with it on Guanoli where I lived. That taste, I don't know, just will always remind me of that because I drank lattes all the time from Compost Coffee under my house. All right, finally, something I've really been wanting to talk about, something I get asked a lot. I would say almost every day I get a message about this. Do you have advice for someone who's wanting to pack up their life or just have a huge life change in their late 20s? So I think a lot of people go through this transformation in their late 20s where they realize they want to move, career change, break up. And I think the first thing to recognize is that's totally normal. Like, you are totally not alone. You know, you're several years post-grad. Life can start feeling mundane. So if you are feeling the itch to change, I would say sit on that itch for like 4 to 5 months. I wouldn't make any rash decision if it's something that you're nervous about, but I would sit on that itch. And then you got to think about, okay, well, what's stopping me? Like, why am I having these hesitations? What's going to be your plan? Figure out a plan and then execute it. What you have to realize is it's scary because there's so many unknowns. Like, you know, I didn't know where I was going to be this time last year. There's so many unknowns, and that goes the same as a lot of other things in life. That's the really scary thing also. But it turns out that happiness is worth the risk, I'm here to say. I think a lot of times also we don't realize how, I don't want to say how bad of a situation we're in, but how, for lack of a better word, unhappy we are until months and months out when we get ourselves out of that situation. We realize, damn, like I really was in the trenches. So if you're feeling that need to have a life transformation, it's probably for a reason, and it's probably because you're meant to have a life change. And once again, a lot of things in life are difficult. Is packing up a life after 6 years abroad easy? No, it was really, really hard. But was it worth it? Yes. Because if I didn't do that, I would still be welting in sadness. You know, I was sad a lot towards the end of it. I would still just be thinking and not doing, you know? So life advice for someone who's wanting to go through a change, do it. I believe in you. I really do. There's a lot of people that are scared to do something and then they do it and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of myself for doing that. I'm so glad that I took the leap and I did it. Even if you're not in your late 20s, even if like you could be 55 for all I know, you know, life has so many layers to it and so many chapters to it. We can't start those new chapters until we close our old ones. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing when we're able to recognize that ourselves and take action. So many of you guys were my cheerleaders and encouraged me all throughout this year, and it really meant so much to me. So now I guess it's my turn to be your cheerleader. I get a lot of messages on Instagram from people, you know, seeking advice, and I wish I could reply to all of them. You really have to believe in yourself, and you got to remember there's a lot of unknowns. That's normal, but you got to be okay with the unknowns. All right, and this is what I got up to for the rest of my day, and then I caught a 4 o'clock flight out of LaGuardia back to RU. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. I really enjoyed talking to you guys for that long chat, so if you have more questions, just leave them in the comments. Maybe we can do another one of those chats when I go to Chicago in a few weeks. But regardless, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye, guys.